Yo, what is up, guys? It is me, Straw Ninja 89, and welcome to a very special 1-year anniversary of the channel. I already made a 1-year video giving all my shoutouts, giving all the info what I'm going to do. And yes, this is the video you've all been waiting for. The remake that I've been trying to do for a good while. But I was like, you know what? My 1-year anniversary is coming up. I might as well do it right now. So without further ado, let's get this video started. This video is going to be about my very old rant of the Dragon Ball Z Kai CW for Kids Toonzai rant. Oh yeah, it's ranting time. Didn't expect to see this now, did you? So, why don't we get a heads up and actually doing some of these so-called edits, shall we? I don't know if I'm going to show any like real photos or do videos of the edits or just show photos of what the... Oh no, maybe I will do some of the videos and whatnot to show you guys how these edits are complete bullshit and why 4Kids still is the worst company to ever edit anything in existence with anime dubs. So without further ado, let's get started. This is my Dragon Ball Z Kai Toonzai edit rant. Here we go. Oh my god. Let's get this started. Oh yeah. I'm bringing this shit back. It's fucking go time. Just like I did with Dragon Ball Evolution. Well, years back. Maybe I'll do that as well, or a review or something. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't even want to get back into that movie. I mean, it's already been ripped up a new asshole a whole bunch of times. Rand DC being one of the best ones. Big Al years ago I made a review, but it's long gone. But this time around, it's going to be for Kai. So, now I wasn't expecting to do this, but I was like, what the hell? I want to bring this back because it was one of my favorite projects to do back when I had the 9Tails89 account. So, without further ado, let's get this shit started.
Now, when it comes to 4Kids, there's pretty much one good example would have to be racism. And here's how explained here. Now, I know Big Al made a video, well, not just about, Kai in general, but also about 4Kids with One Piece. Now, One Piece did the exact same thing, where in the Buggy arc, there is one of his servants. In the original Japanese version, one of his servants was black. And the way it kind of looks like one of those old slavery black people days, like the whole blackface with the big-ass red lips and blah, 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 shit like that. Well, you know the drill. Also, if you've seen one of those old, 40, 50 cartoons or whatever, you pretty much get what I'm saying. Anywho, what they did was, since this is the magical land of 4Kids, and we all know that having a black person running for a white person is a big no-no indeed. So what 4Kids decided to do was to make a black guy to a white guy, which I really did not see the point in that. I really did not see the point of making... I really didn't see any point of actually making, what? I mean, what was the whole point of that? I mean, why would they want to turn... Oh, I get it, because if he makes him a black guy, it's part of slavery, right? Yeah, slavery my ass. 4Kids is just trying to prove themselves that they're the most racist bigots in editing company. For one thing, I mean, they don't even try to hide the fat days. I mean, you can still see a little bit of black on him. I mean, if you watch that episode closely, you see they didn't really edit it all the way. So he looks a little bit more tannish in a way, but he's pretty much pure white. I mean, you could still see there's some blackness in him, I mean, if you watch the video closely. Now, same thing goes here with Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now, in Dragon Ball / Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball GT Kai, whatever, we all know that on the lookout, the Guardian Servant is an alien or something. I guess he's an alien, I don't know. He could be some mystical genie from the planet... I really don't know, but anyways, as you all know, another good example would have to be this. Apparently in the original, well, not in the original, in the actual anime in general, because all the dub, except for this one, made him originally the way, same color he was in the original Japanese versions for every Dragon Ball series. Black. Yes, We all know he looked like blackface. He looked like one of those slave like genies you would see like in those weird, again, those old 40s cartoons or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And maybe a little bit like one of those, like, yeah, like one of those turbans, if you could see right there, yeah. So, in a way, well, he also kind of represents like one of those old slavery genies in a way, but it's also the Japanese ways of like doing like blackface or something like that. Which is common because back then, old Japanese animes from like the 80s and the 70s had those kind of characters in their series. So, and back in the day when they first aired Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, there was never a problem. So, well, I knew this was going to happen in the magical world of 4Kids. Guess what they did? Instead of turning Mr. Popo white, which I was like, that would be really fucking scary if he was white. I wouldn't even see any kid passing the first fucking few minutes of Mr. Popo's screen time. Jesus Christ. But I will say that I wasn't expecting this color. I mean, I was expecting white, maybe orange or something, or a little bit of pink, which that will even be even worse because that will make him look like a freaking fruitcake. No, instead they made him blue. Not just regular blue, very bad Photoshop paint blue. Like, you can tell that shit was using fucking Windows Microsoft Paint, for God's sakes. You can even tell. They didn't even do a really good fucking job. You could still see the outlines of where they covered in black. You could still see that shit. So, 4Kids, you had really no excuse to hide it when clearly we could still see that he's still part of black. And, kids aren't going to be this stupid because, think about it. Our generation back in the day grew up with Dragon Ball Z, and now they're growing up with it today with certain, and the kids from this generation forward that know anime or whatever, they already know about Mr. Popo. They know about Dragon Ball. They know about all this. And when they see Mr. Popo blue, they're going to be fucking confused. It's like, wait a minute, I thought he was black. Why is he blue? It's like, little kids aren't this stupid for kids. You really think kids are going to be this stupid to notice the difference? When clearly this generation of the generation that's growing up now with anime and manga mostly know about Dragon Ball Z from our generation. And they know who the fuck Mr. Popo is, and he's not fucking blue. He's black. Why are you being so fucking racial stereotypical type? It's oh my god. It just babbles me. I mean, okay, maybe orange would have been okay, or pink, or something. No, what am I saying? No. Actually, no. Forgot I just said that. But this is just disgraceful. I mean, this is the epitome of giving up on editing in general, because this is how bad it's gotten. It's gotten from, like, really bizarre, retarded editing to really low-budget, piss-poor editing. It's ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. I don't know why 4Kids has to be like this. Why can't we just have a black character? It's not a big deal. This proves it. This proves our fucking Nazi racism. It really is true. I really think 4Kids are a bunch of racist assholes, and they've always been like that from the very beginning. From, as we all know, hints from the dub of One Piece back in 2004. So, yeah, one of the first major things about 4Kids, as all you know, number one, is racism. And this proves it with the first edit right here. Mr. Popo being blue. Why so blue, Popo? Why so blue? Oh, cause you... Oh, you are blue. Wait, I thought you were black. Wow, okay, whatever. Moving on. Now, the next thing I would like to talk about for kids is the second thing that makes them the most hateful dubbing editing company, and that is hiding deaf from the younger audience. Now, when it comes to cartoons, and even when it comes to anything that's related to kids programming, like, let's go back to the good old days of like the cartoons of the Looney Tunes. Now, when we see the Looney Tunes cartoons on, when kids are watching it, on Cartoon Network nowadays, since I do know they repeat most of the old stuff on Cartoon Network, they basically show characters getting shot, getting killed, well, not killed, but, getting destroyed, blown up, chopped in pieces, and just violently shot and blown up and crap like that. Even Tom and Jerry gives an example of like violence and when it comes to cartoons. And hell, let's look at stuff from Disney. Disney doesn't hide anything of the facts of death. When a character stays dead in a Disney film, they stay fucking dead. Simba from The Lion King, for example. I mean, so Lion King is actually the perfect example. And also, another perfect example is stuff like Aladdin. Like the main villain, like, he actually dies. They fucking die, man. But oh no, when it comes to the magical world of now, when it comes to certain TV block programmings, like certain TV block programmings, when they try to actually hide the actual death-related topic from kids, most of the times they do it in a really poor way. I mean, there are only certain amount of them that actually did stuff like this. Like, I mean, again, 4Kids has to be the number one thing. I mean, this is like pretty much 4Kids playing it too safe when it comes to their animes or their cartoons or whatever. 4Kids just loves to play it way too safe and not doing anything related to death at all. Or making it like really, really corny where it's like they tone it down, like Power Ranger shit where it's like, oh, you're defeated, you're not dead, you're defeated. Or as, Yu-Gi-Oh! You've been gone to the Shadow Realm and shit like that from like back in the day. And once again, also the same thing with 4Kids. Not with 4Kids, but with One Piece. One Piece is the best example when it comes to either hiding death or hiding violence in general. One example of hiding death would have to be the whole Arlong thing, where instead of actually, threatening to kill freaking what's her face? Oh god, Nachiko, I think her name was, or something like that. Nami's mother. Bellamere, there we fucking go. It was Bellamere. Oh my god, I cannot believe that. Wow, I'm a One Piece fan. I should be ashamed right now because I'm a big ass One Piece fanatic, and I really should have known that. But then again, it's been a very long time since I rewatched the Arlong arc, so my memory. I mean, I know who she was. I mean, the foster mother, but you know what I mean, sir. My brain is just a little bit right now derp because I had a long day at work. I really want to get this video out of the way, but then again, I had a long day at work too. Very tiring, long day. So excuse me for all the derpiness right now. Anywho, so let me just get this one little quick edit out of the way. Then I'm going to do a second part. I don't know how long this series is going to go on for, but we'll see. And a couple new edits I didn't even cover yet. So without further ado, let's show another perfect example. But before I begin that, the example I was about to get that Baromir, instead of actually, giving giving all your money or your tangerine trees or paying out the cash or giving up your otherwise I'll kill you and whatnot. Instead of doing that, it's pretty much like, I'm gonna lock you up in the dungeon for the rest of your days. Like, instead of like paying up like the money to actually survive, either that or give the kids away to him, oh god, what the hell? I haven't seen this arc in a while, okay? Bear with me. I believe she didn't have the money for it. There we fucking go. He didn't know that she had kids. There we go. She didn't know she had kids. And if she has kids, she has to pay double. But she says, oh no, I'm just a single woman, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, she noticed that she actually did have kids. And then he says, like, either you cough up the extra money that you're supposed to owe us, or you die for it. Then she goes, I'd rather die than pay you guys a lot of money because I can't do it all. I'm just one woman, and I love these children more than my life. And it was really tragic, too. But no, 4Kids has to be like, I'm gonna lock you up in the dungeon for the rest of your days. And then, like, Hachi gives Arlen this note. It's like, wait a minute, we're not supposed to lock... This is some kind of map or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then, like, it's like, Arlen gets it. He's like, oh, yeah, fuck it. Let's just take this little girl away. It's like, what? I mean, whatever. I don't know if I have enough time, unfortunately, to do this right now. I was going to show one quick other little edit, but I rambled on way too much. So, join me again for part number 2 as I explain the edit that I'm about to show you right now. And believe me, it's fucking terrible. So, thank you guys for watching the actual... Dragon Ball Z Kai edit video. I'm for the first part. Stay tuned for part number 2. Straw Hat Ninja 89 over now. See you on the bounce. Peace out. And anime fans, nerds, nerdettes, otakus, and manga fans all around the world, keep on supporting what you read and what you watch. And peace the fuck out. Stay tuned for part 2.